Today we will learn how to implement Bing Maps geocoding in our application. Bing Maps is a web mapping service provided as part of Microsoft's Bing suite of search engines. So today we'll learn how to implement geocoding in our application. To begin, we first visit the Bing Maps portal and we sign up. And once you do that, we go to /application here, where we will generate our keys. So once we generate our keys, we can just copy our key. This is what we'll use in our application. Next, we'll create our Rails application, which I have done here. And then we'll scaffold our data. We'll run Rails generate scaffold place with latitude of decimal, longitude of decimal, and name of string. Run Rails db migrate. And then we update our routes. Set this to places. Next, we'll add our application key, our Bing Maps application key to our header. So we come to our header here, and we provide this here, Bing Maps, and we use this, our application key right here. Install this in environment variable. For this tutorial, I'm just leaving it here. Next, we'll visit our form here from our scaffold. I'll wrap this form in a stimulus controller. So we'll call this controller, we'll call it maps. And then we will also provide an area here. We'll create a div here and we'll give it a target of my map. This area right here is where our map will render. And also here, we see we have our latitude, our longitude, and our name. This name field is where we will also use to geo search our application. So we'll come here and we'll give this an ID of search box. So we go over to our hello controller, the default stimulus controller that is created, which we name this to maps. And you just come here, you could do console.log, you could do hello. Let's start our server and see if everything is working all right. You can go to new places. You can see. We go back to our controller here. And we define our static targets. For this, we'll only have one, and we'll just call it my map, which is right here. This is where our map will render. So we want to target it. So to begin, we don't need this anymore here. We will define a new instance of Microsoft Maps, and we set it to map. And then we define our center. This is where the longitude and latitude are. And we set our zoom once again. But you can see for our center, we want it to have a default value. And if there is no default value provided in the form, we'll give it another value. So we could simply do we simply check if our place latitude and if its value length is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then we give it the center, the latitude and longitude of this. If not, set it to our latitude and longitude. So we could just do this here again. You add latitude and longitude. Oops. Longitude. Then we go over to our form. Let's just quickly update this here. We update this here. Latitude. We give it a data maps target of latitude. And here we'll also do that for our longitude. So if we come here once again, we check it out, we can see that our map loads. So our next step, we want to enter a name here, and we want Bing Maps to automatically present us with a drop-down list of locations. So when we click on it, we can focus on this right here on the map. So we update our form again. Here, since we're using this for our search box geolocation, we give this an ID or search box container. Then we can save this. So we want to use the auto suggest feature from Microsoft Maps. That's the Bing Maps. So we load in the module here. We set the max number of results that we want. You can set it to either whatever number. Set it to 6, 7, and then we target this map here. And then we set up the manager for the map, and we attach it to our search box and our search box container, which is right here. There's the search box, and the search box container is here. We then define a function known as selected suggestion that takes in our suggested results. First, we want to clear our map of all the entities that are rendered there. Then we set the new bounds of the map. Then we put a pin on the map for our new suggested location of where we've selected from the drop-down menu from the auto suggest. And then we get the longitude and latitude of the new suggested location, and we append it to our form's map. So you can come here and reload. You can see, and our latitude and longitude are updated. If we do create a place, we click on edit this place, zoom out a bit, you can see this is Ghana right here. So that is all for this tutorial.